You feel like you never truly rest, that anxiety follows you even after the day is over, that frustration grows quietly even when everything seems under control. You try to relax, but the mind insists on revisiting every choice, every word said or left unsaid, every expectation that wasn't met. The world is not the problem. People, deadlines, mistakes, all of that is just the surface. What steals your peace is invisible. It's what you decided to control. It's the expectation that everything should happen your way. It's the silent habit of taking responsibility for what was never under your control. Every time you cling to what's outside your reach, the mind creates tension. Every time you let other people's opinions or external outcomes define your inner state, you drift further away from yourself, and anxiety, anger, and dissatisfaction grow, almost imperceptibly, until they take over what should have been a moment of calm. This isn't a single thought. It's an invisible routine that drains energy, creates guilt, and prevents clarity. It's the silent cycle that turns seemingly normal days into constant mental exhaustion. And this is exactly where Stoicism enters. Not to promise that the world will change, but to show you where you lost control and how to reclaim peace without depending on anything external. If you're tired of reacting, of feeling constantly pulled by thoughts and emotions that aren't truly yours, subscribe now. Here, you'll learn to see the invisible points where the mind gives away its power, and how to begin choosing differently, quietly, and strategically before life decides for you. Chapter 1. The Invisible Discomfort. Every day, people live as if they're carrying an invisible weight. You feel it in your chest, in your stomach, in the rhythm of your breath. Sometimes life appears to be working perfectly. Tasks completed, meetings finished, responsibilities fulfilled. And still, something inside refuses to settle. You notice it in small moments: sudden irritation at a comment, frustration over delays that seem irrelevant, the anxiety that something still isn't resolved. The body is tired, but the mind keeps marching. The heart races without a clear reason. The breath shortens, the shoulders tense. You replay conversations, repeat decisions, revisit failures, and often without realizing it. It's universal: age, profession, circumstance. None of it matters. Most people live reacting, as if life were a constant series of crises to be managed. The problem isn't the world. It's how you allow the mind to interpret every detail as a threat, even when nothing serious is happening. That's how silent discomfort is born. Not from events, but from misdirected attention, from the habit of reacting automatically. You learn to react before thinking, to feel before choosing, and this invisible routine drains energy, breeds frustration, and keeps peace out of reach. Chapter 2. The Invisible Decision. At some point, you made an invisible decision. You decided to control what was never within your reach, not as a single mistake, but as a silent, automatic pattern. Every day, without noticing, you give energy to opinions, outcomes, and external expectations. You react to criticism, perceived injustice, delays, failure, as if each were a real threat. Without realizing it, you're constantly training the mind to react, to judge, to manipulate the world so it fits your expectations. And the more you do this, the more tension you create. The mind associates attention with the need for action, even when no action is required. Exhaustion grows quietly, the internal weight increases, and you don't notice how you got there. You remember that meeting, replay the comment you didn't like, and feel anger as if it were happening now. You recall a conversation with a friend or family member and mentally rehearse the perfect response that was never given. Each thought becomes a small chain, pulling you away from tranquility. This decision isn't a moral failure. It's invisible conditioning, a habit cultivated over time. Most people never realize they're trapped. Chapter 3. The 3 Invisible Decisions. There are 3 invisible decisions we all make, and they silently steal our peace. The first is deciding that other people's opinions deserve your energy. You read a criticism, a comment, a judgment, and you hand over mental and emotional attention. The mind amplifies it, revisits it, builds arguments and internal evidence, as if it were responsible for proving something. In doing so, you give power to what doesn't deserve it. The second decision is believing emotions are caused by the world. Anger, anxiety, frustration. You assume they come from outside when in reality they're born from interpretation. Anger isn't caused by a delay, but by the story you tell about that delay. Anxiety isn't caused by an unanswered message, but by the expectation of control over what you don't control. The third decision is believing peace comes from outside. You seek validation, approval, or perfect circumstances to feel calm. You look for silence, recognition, or harmony, as if they were external objects you could obtain. But real peace doesn't depend on the world. It depends on not identifying with everything that appears in the mind. Each of these decisions is an invisible hook. We're not solving them yet. The goal is simply to see where you're giving away power without noticing. Chapter 4. The Stoic Principle. The Stoics taught something simple yet profound. Suffering begins when we confuse control with responsibility. You don't control others, the world, or how you're perceived. What you do control is your attention, your inner choices, your response. Imagine someone criticizes you. You feel the impulse to react, to justify, to prove you're right. That impulse is natural, but following it is optional. Observe the thought not as a command, but as a visitor. Let it pass without following it. Don't fight it, just notice it. 2 slow, complete breaths. This simple gesture, repeated, is where discipline is born. It's not brute force against the mind. It's reclaiming internal space before the mind decides for you. With repetition, you learn that peace doesn't depend on the world, but on your choice not to react automatically. That's the freedom the Stoics valued, not being a slave to stimuli, opinions, or external circumstances. Chapter 5. The Path to Freedom. Now, if you've seen where you've been giving away power without realizing it, you can begin choosing differently. Each video in this series will deepen one of these invisible decisions. How to deal with other people's opinions that drain your energy. How to see that emotions aren't caused by the world. How to understand that peace doesn't come from outside. This isn't a promise of eternal calm. It's an opportunity to see, to notice, and to begin choosing. If you felt the weight of these ideas, subscribe. Here, every video is a quiet tool to reclaim control over your mind, one step at a time. The series continues because every invisible decision you notice and interrupt creates space for freedom. And that is the next level of what it means to live without reacting unconsciously.